It's the age-old drummer's struggle, how to make our double stroke roll sound even and how to make it faster. But first, smash the like button and please consider a small donation to my channel, link in the description below. It's universally accepted that to make the double stroke roll sound even, we need to play inverted double stroke roll and stress the second hit. When we speed it up, this creates the illusion that all hits are even. It comes down to three things: good and steady fulcrum, control over the rebound of the stick, and a fast whip-like motion that stresses the second hit. The secret to accenting the second hit in double stroke roll is in the hidden upstroke which happens between the two hits. One way to reveal this upstroke is to hold your other stick horizontally at shoulder height. Now, starting from the top, make one full stroke, bounce back all the way up, make another full stroke and bounce all the way up again. You should hear tap click tap click. The tap is your downstroke, the click is your upstroke. Let's try this a bit faster. However, to make the accent on the second hit more apparent, we need to introduce dynamics. We now want to make it so the first hit is a tap and the second one is an accent, while keeping the upstroke in between. Once again, we can use the other stick as a guide and a limiter. The difference is that now the starting position will be at tap height. Let's try to make a tap and swiftly pull up. It might help to try making a hit backwards, as if your target is behind you. Work on completing the upstroke faster and faster. Now let's try adding the second hit, but this time we close at tap height. Now you should hear tap click tap. The goal is to have equal spacing between the three sounds. At first, try to get this to work using strictly your wrist. At this low tempo, you want all your fingers to be wrapped around the stick. Work on pulling up with the same speed as the stick bounces back. This might take some time. At some point, using only the wrist can become cumbersome and ineffective, so we need to utilize other joints and muscles to support the motion. We could use our biceps to help lift the stick via the elbow, and it needs to be timed just right. If you manage to make the lift just as you're performing the upstroke, you should feel the stick become lighter, and also the rebound should happen quicker and easier than with just using your wrist to manually pull up. Getting this to work might take a while. Practice with each hand individually for a while, then put both hands together and make an endless loop. So how to play this faster? The faster we make the upstroke, the quicker we can play the second hit. This creates a sort of a whipping motion. The whipping motion needed to make all of this happen faster is derived from the concept we just described, but at faster speeds it is adjusted according to the ever-diminishing time between the first and second hits. From using most of your arm at slower speeds to using your forearm, wrists and fingers at faster speeds. I did my best to break it down into 5 steps. Unlock the wrist, push down, pull up, turn around, downstroke, grab the hit, stop and relax. That last step is not needed in theory, but I added it because in practice my students would cling on to the stick after the accent and forget to unlock the wrist before starting over. Let's see those again. Firstly, practice just unlocking the wrist while still holding the fulcrum tight. This should allow the stick to make a small dive forward and down. Now try the same thing, but pull up at the same time. You should end up with the stick pointing forward, but your forearm pointing up. Once you're in this position, using the wrist, pull up the stick to where it's pointing upward and back. Now try to complete the motion by snapping down with a full stroke. Grab the stick just as it's hitting the pad and time it so you end up pointing forward at tap height. Before you repeat, relax the grip and pause. This will guarantee that your wrist is unlocked when starting again. A word of advice, work on this with each hand individually. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work right away. Stay loose and don't rush it, it really takes a lot of time. If you hit a dead end, sleep on it and try again tomorrow. After you get it to sort of work, try to put both hands together in a sequence. With time and exercise, this will become more natural and you won't have to think about it as much. Just focus on having a steady fulcrum and try to time things so the stick is the one bouncing and doing most of the work. To get even faster, we need to master the previous concepts and also to not rely on the biceps to make the lift, but rather limit the motion to the wrist, palm and fingers. This also resembles the push-pull technique as it uses a very similar principle. However, I feel this should be the subject of another video, as I wanted this to be an introductory tutorial. To put all these concepts in context, I've created 2 videos in which I'll share with you some excellent double stroke exercises that I worked on for years and use to this day for warming up and staying in shape. Click on the cards up here or on one of the links in the description. Once again, thanks for watching and please consider a small donation to my channel in the link below. There you can also become a member where you would gain access to download links for all future exercises. Thanks for watching Drum 8. See you next time.